Welcome back to the Forex is Easy Forex trading video series. Uh, that's my blog, Forex is Easy, and it can be found at this address here on the screen. Okay, previously I've talked about shorter term trading systems. This one here I'm going to show you today is based on longer term. It was designed by a chap in Canada. He taught me the system and we used to trade it on a 1 hour chart. However, I've changed it slightly and now trade it on 4 hour charts. So here we have a 4 hour chart of the GBP/JPY, the Great British Pound against the Yen. I can trade this on about 8 pairs, the 4 majors plus the Aussie, Canadian, Euro Japan and the GP Japan, which I'm doing here today. Now, as you can see, there's no indicators on the chart. All we have is 6 horizontal lines. We have a red one, which is the stop and reverse. We have a blue one, or aqua, which is the entry, point of entry. And we have these 4 yellow ones, and you'll see what I use the yellow ones for in a minute. As I said, it's a 4 hour chart. I'll explain the rules, profits, etc. But keep in mind we're trading on a longer time frame here. So your stops will be rather large at times, in the range of anywhere from 200 to possibly up to 400 plus pips. So keep your position sizes small. Remember your risk. We don't want to risk too much on any trade, doesn't matter what time frame you're trading. Okay, let's start the ball rolling here. We have this red line. We've had this nice downtrend here on the chart where my cursor is, and it's had this little pullback here to the red line, and it's down again. Now I've just put my red line there just to give me a start point. That's all it's there for at the moment. So because it's been a big downtrend, I'm looking to go the other way now. I'm looking to go at the upside. So we'll just see if we can move my chart across a bit. Not wrong way. Now as you can see, we've broken through that red line on this nice big black candle here. So all I'm going to do is move my red line, my stop and reverse, down to the low, previous low, which is this candle here. I'll bring my blue line down here, which is my point of entry, remember. So I've entered there, and my risk is the difference. See the difference between the red and the blue line? That's my risk. That's a fair few pips when you're on this 4 hour time frame. Now what I'm trying to do is get my red line, move it up as quick as possible, and I'll show you how I do that. Now every time we make a new high, so your first candle, the one that gave you the entry, broke through the red line, which is now your blue line, gives you a high. So we put a yellow line there, and we go up again, there's another high, yellow line. Now we only use the 4 yellow lines, and I'll show you what happens. Now so we've got high, new high, new high, new high. Alright, pretty straightforward. Now see how we've dropped down very close to our entry, back to our entry point. No problems, nothing to get stressed about. I'll just move it back there so we're not seeing what's on the right. Now then it's headed back up again, and it's given us a new high just on this side here. I know it's getting pretty tight on the right hand side of the chart. So what happens with because we've got a new high, we basically leapfrog the bottom yellow line. So it just leapfrogs up past the other 3, and it's up there now. Now because we had all this trend up and the trend come back down and breaks through all the lines, I would be moving my stop and reverse up to my point of entry area, which is just on that, basically on the blue line there. I'll just put it underneath so you can see it. And as you know, because I've already flicked through forward, we've come back down. So we're back reversing now, because that red line is your stop and reverse. Means we're stopped out and we're reverse direction. So what happens now is the very top yellow line gets moved down to the low of the candle that took us out through that stop and reverse, which is this one here, right? Now we move our stop and reverse back up to where that yellow line came from, and our point of entry basically hasn't moved. In this example it hasn't moved because it was at the same spot. So now we're going short. So I just move these yellow lines out of the way above my stop and reverse so they're off the chart, and the chart looks a lot cleaner. There's my risk between that red line, that's my new stop and reverse to go long, and there's my entry point here. So it's a fair risk again. So there's our first low. Now we've got another low below that, so we'll just take that yellow line down there, just flick across, another low, another low. Remember, we're just going to the lows. Because we've run out of yellow lines, we have to leapfrog. Another low, and we go down again, another low, and we go down again, another low, and there's another one. Yep, gone the wrong way again. I'll learn. I'm a slow learner, aren't I? Another low. Now, what I'm seeing here is there's been a bit of a break out of the yellow lines, and we've gone lower again. This big candle here, low. This one here, remember I said we want to try and get our stop and reverse, lock in some profit as quick as possible, so I'd be moving that down to there. Now what we've done here is we've locked in profit from our point of entry line, which is on this level, to this one. So we've locked in profit, which is good. Now we'll see how we go. Now see how it's come back up here in this big black candle and set it down again. I would even bring it down again lower, so it's locked in a little bit more profit. And as you can see, we've come down lower again, new low here, and also another new low there. Now here we go, we've broken up through. So the system's turned up, the trend's turned up again. So what we do, we take our profit, because that red line is a stop and reverse, move this up to the candle that's broken through, move the red line down to the low where that yellow line just came from, and move our blue line down to the point of entry, which was there. Had a new high there. Now our other two yellow lines are not in play yet, but see how the trends pull back a little bit down through our point of entry and out of our two yellow lines in play already. I would move that red line, the stop and reverse, up closer. So our risk is now reduced from that to that. Now it's here to there, so it's greatly reduced. We keep on going up. Another high there, another high there. Now all four yellow lines are in play. Let's see how we go. Pull that one up to there. Pull that one up to there. Now see how we've come out of the yellow lines and back into them. Move this up here, stop and reverse up to there. Now we're in a can't lose position because we've locked in that little bit of profit there. Just go along. You can see it's come back out again. You could move it up there. I wouldn't bother moving at that little gap. But we've got a new high there and a new high there. So just keep on leapfrogging these yellow lines. Bang, it's come out and gone back through the red line. So there, because that's a new low. High, that's the stop and reverse. Point of entry was there. We have a new low there. I'm running out of time here, but you get the idea. Now I'll just explain my rules. Because I trade this on the 4-hour chart, it gives you plenty of opportunity to have a normal day job, because the orders, as you can see, are placed well in advance. Now what I do on the 4 hours is I just have a target on all my trades of 200 pips on all pairs. 200 pips. It gives you plenty of trades during the month. It will also, you may miss out on some big huge moves, but 200 pips, you rack up a few 200 pip profits, you'll do quite alright. I have traded this for a few months on 8 pairs, and I was averaging about 1500 to 2500 pips per month on this. Keep in mind the position sizes are pretty small, because some of your initial stop and reverses can be a fair distance apart. 4-hour charts, pretty simple, just using these horizontal lines. If you need any further information, feel free to either make comments through the YouTube or my blog, or even contact me direct at buff33@bigpond.net.au. Okay, thanks for listening. Enjoy your day.